Hello, welcome back to Patch in the Prairie. Today is Butcher Day. So every year we butcher 1 or 2 lambs for our family, and they're 100% grass-fed and finished, and they're one of my wife and I's favorite meals to eat. Our kids will eat lamb just fine as long as they don't know that it's lamb, but it's just a really nice, flavorful, or a mild flavored lamb because of our hair sheep genetics. It's almost tastes like beef, just a little bit different flavor. Alright, that'll work. I like to have a separate knife to make incisions here, just to kind of get through the skin. That way you can try to have a knife that's there on the inside that doesn't touch the outside or get hopefully wool or hair or anything else on it. So I try to keep the knife work to a minimal if we can, and so I picked up this trick from a butcher that I know, and so I get my arm all wet and then I'm able to push my arm in between the meat and the skin, and I can kind of work a lot of that free without having to do a whole lot of knife work.
Whoa, Dad. That's cool. Yeah, how?
Okay, so the camera filled up and I ran out of memory, and so I kept working while we were deleting some footage. So we got all the skin off, and while that was all happening, my son accidentally sliced my thumb with the bone saw pretty good, and so I got a Band-Aid on and a glove now just to try to keep things sanitary. But now our next step is to get the guts out. We are all done, so I'll probably let this carcass hang for the next 24 or 48 hours. I do have a thing at work that's going to go on all day tomorrow, so it'll probably be closer to a 48-hour hang time, and then we will piece the carcass up.
I'll hold this one.
How about you?
I got it.
Can you get the camera, please?
Okay.
Okay, so a lamb carcass typically weighs about 50% of the live weight of the animal. So I'm expecting that we will have approximately 30 pounds of meat off of this one. I think it was probably a 70-pound lamb or so, 65 to 70-pound lamb. So the first thing that I usually do is cut right up here, and this would be to get the back part of the lamb off. So this would be your leg of the lamb and your shanks. So then there's a joint in here that you can try to find and get your knife worked through.
Thanks.
Don't, Red. Please don't.
I'm just looking at it.
That's okay. Alright, so this would be like a lamb shank. This would be a leg of lamb roast. So I'll count over about 9 ribs. So then I cut through here. 13th rib all the way up to the spine, all the way down to the breastbone. Then do the same thing on the other side. So then I'm gonna do this a little bit different this time. I'm just gonna pull out all the loin right here, kind of like a back strap. And then we're gonna debone the ribs and get the meat from in between. Hargill had a job.
Wait, like, did this... So then it's not as much work for me?
Yeah.
So then I can just knock them
then
down.
you can see, like, then you Okay, so now we have the front third of the animal. A fourth cut? What do you mean?
You said this is like the third half or something.
Well, there's, you kind of break it up into thirds.
Where's the fourth? My favorite is, what's it called? Grilled,
You like steaks, grilled steaks?
no, grilled, ribs.
You like ribs?
Yeah, with a bunch of barbecue sauce on it, cooked
Okay.
with that.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
Yep. All right, so there's a couple of shoulder roasts. I usually just leave the bone in. It's too much work to debone on that. I've got my 2 shoulder roasts right here. I've got my 2 legs of lamb. I've got my neck slices, my loin, all of my shanks, and then this is all trim that we'll have to grind later.
Now,
Go ahead, Emma. Then the final step that I have here is to grind all of the trim. I've got my grandparents' old hand crank meat grinder that we use, and since we don't have a whole lot of trim, it won't take me too long. So first step is to get the grinder put together. Is that what you mean? What? No, just one, I think. Here, let me do a little bit first, okay? Definitely. Okay. Now that everything's ground up, we just are gonna vacuum seal it.
It's the end of the bad guys.
Push down on both sides.